it's your Tagal Mary and welcome back to our channel. For today's video, alam nyo, sobrang exciting nito kasi akala ko since patapos na ang taon, hindi na rin tayo mag-release ng mga bagong smartphones ngayon. But since hindi nagpatalo ang OPPO, in today guys, we will be unboxing yung kanilang first ever folding smartphone. So here with me is the official box of the OPPO Find N. Yes, OPPO Find N ang tawag dito sa kanilang bagong folding smartphone. Just a quick background, alam naman natin that the Find series is their flagship lineup. And then, kung maalala nyo, meron tayong OPPO Find X, tapos meron din tayong OPPO Find X 2021, which is a rolling device that we featured sa ating TikTok account. Anyway, ngayon, ayoko talaga siyang palagpasin, which is why I decided to make a dedicated YouTube video para dito sa kanilang kauna-unahang folding device. And also, just to add, today, kung kailan napapanood nyo na yung ating video, in-announce ito ng kauna-unahang foldable smartphone nila. Hindi ako sigurado kung i-release itong kanilang folding device here in the Philippines, pero as of now, ang pagkakaalam ko guys is sa China pa lang. Anyway, let me know guys if you also want this OPPO Find N to be launched officially here in the Philippines, kasi ako, obviously, I want to. But then again, there are phones talaga guys na merong specific market lang, which is why sa specific countries lang din siya nire-release. One good example are the Pixel phones. Anyway, opening the box of the OPPO Find N, ayan, kung makikita nyo guys, merong pa tilt mechanism yung kanyang pinaka black box. Ulitin natin guys. Ayan, o diba, bongga. Ang ganda ng packaging niya. Tapos kung makikita nyo, designed for find yung ating nakalagay na text dito. Anyway, bubungad sa atin agad yung kanyang mismong phone. Ayan. By the way guys, gusto ko lang muna ding sabihin na walang sinend na official specification sa akin ang OPPO. So obviously guys, mga pa tayo dito ng very slight. Okay, so alisin natin yung plastic ng OPPO Find N. Oh my God! Look at that guys! It's a small folding smartphone. Ang cute niya. Tingnan niya guys, oh. Color purple yung color. Ano ba yung sinasabi ko? Pero, yup. Ang ganda. I'm pretty sure may black version nito, pero buti na lang guys, ito yung ating nakuha as a review unit. Anyway, gusto ko lang sabihin, this is obviously not the smallest folding device na, of course, na-release, but definitely smaller than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. Mamaya makikita niyo yung comparison natin when it comes to other folding devices. Anyway, aside from the phone, we also have, of course, ayan, meron pa tayong ganitong box na walang laman sa loob. Meron tayong power brick, of course. Nag-expect ako guys, kala ko matte black yung power brick. Naka-box lang pala. Ito siya, it's your typical OPPO power brick. Hindi ko alam kung ilang watts. Mamaya check natin yan. And of course, we also have Paperworks. Wow, munti ko na makalimutan. Ang bongga ng panundot ng OPPO Find N. Hindi siya yung typical OPPO SIM ejector tool. Ayan. And of course, a USB Type-C to USB Type-A na charging cable. So, it doesn't come with a case or an earphones. So, ito yung ating side-by-side comparison ng Z Flip 3 dito sa ating OPPO Find N. Actually, no guys, the Z Flip is more of a flipping phone than a folding phone. Technically a foldable, but the way we open it is by, of course, flip. Hindi ko magawa. Is by flipping it. Anyway, when opened, ito rin yung kanilang size comparison. By the way, no guys, I don't have the Z Fold 3 anymore with me. Pero, I'm pretty sure you guys want more comparisons when it comes to its sizing. Here with me naman is the iPhone 13 Pro, and here's a side-by-side as compared to the OPPO Find N. Ayan sila guys. And of course, makakalimutan ba naman natin yung iPhone 13 mini. So, ito naman yung kanilang side-by-side comparison. Actually, no guys, kung makikita nyo, magkasing tangkad lang talaga sila. Pero syempre, mas malapad ng konti yung ating OPPO Find N. So, yeah, kung hindi nyo ma-imagine yung size ng OPPO Find N, imagine nyo na lang yung size ng iPhone 13 mini. But of course, hindi sila magkasing nipis kasi nga syempre, it's a foldable smartphone. Ngayon, let's talk about the weight. Since wala nga tayong official specs, gagamitin ko na lang guys yung aking weighing scale. Ayan. So, yup, it's around 280 grams. So, indeed, it's a small, hefty device. So, now na alam nyo na yung mga ganitong details, it's time to actually open the OPPO Find N. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. So, yup, kung kanina napansin nyo na medyo pa-rectangle yung kanyang display, ngayon medyo mas pa-square na siya since of course, it already opened up. Ngayon, anong size ng kanyang display inside? Actually, meron tayong measuring tape dito. Let's use what we have since wala nga tayong official specs. The display inside is around 7.2 inches. Again, this is diagonally and then yung display naman niya outside is actually around 5.8 inches only. So yes, halos kasing laki nga ng display ng iPhone 13 mini. Okay, first impressions, yung OPPO Find N, I'll be very honest with you, yung kanyang design language is actually very refreshing. Alam naman natin that most foldable devices, even from Xiaomi and of course from Samsung, and wag na rin natin kalimutan yung Huawei, they are on the bulkier side. Malaki na nga sila when folded, mas malaki pa of course when unfolded. And kung mapapansin nyo rin yung sizes ng mga yon, pare-parehas lang. I mean, ganun din naman ang design language ng OPPO Find N. Pero again, it's much smaller. Alam naman natin that the only pocketable folding device before was the Z Flip 3. And now, parang ayaw magpatalo ni OPPO and yup, they decided to give us a cute version of the bigger folding devices that we used to get. It's also very smart since it caters to a different niche. O, diba? Nag-i-English na tayo. Napapa-English ako, guys, dahil nandito si Jason. Pero yup, ito yung kind of technology na ine-expect ko and actually what a woman wants and needs. Yung, alam niyo yun, a cute folding device that can fit my pocket. Akala ko kasi talaga guys, si Samsung lang ang makakapagbigay niyan sa akin. Anyway, isa pang napansin ko sa kanya, katulad ng ibang folding device like what we get from Samsung, is high refresh rate yung loob and then the outside display is your typical 60Hz refresh rate. But that's not what we got from their last Z Fold 3. Parehas na silang high refresh rate. But again, for the OPPO Find N, 60Hz outside and 120Hz inside. Alam ko napansin nyo rin yung tatlong malalaking cameras niya sa likod. Sa pagkakaalam ko, ang main camera na ginamit ng OPPO dito ay 50 megapixels, 16 megapixels Sony IMX481 sensor naman ang ating ultra-wide camera, and ang ating telephoto camera naman is 13 megapixels. Let's not forget na meron siyang dalawang front camera. They both have the 32 megapixel Sony IMX615 sensor. Once you open yung ating camera application sa kanyang outer display, it will still continue kapag inopen natin yung ating OPPO Find N. And then dito natin makikita lahat ng camera features na meron tayo sa kanya. By the way, capable rin ng OPPO Find N to shoot up to 4K resolution. Yun nga lang guys, yung ultra steady option, we can only use this sa kanyang 1080p resolution. By the way, hindi rin naman tayo masyadong nahirapan guys na gamitin yung user interface ng OPPO Find N since it's your typical Color OS, but eto guys is already Color OS 12 based on Android 11 outside the box. Gaming-wise, walang problema guys. I tried gaming on the OPPO Find N and hindi siya nagpatalo in fairness since, guys, it has the latest chipset that we get from flagship devices for this year 2021, which is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888. Bukod pa dito, it is also already 5G ready. Wala siyang in-display fingerprint sensor, pero meron naman siyang side-mounted fingerprint sensor, which is what we usually get as well sa mga folding devices like what we have from Samsung and even from Xiaomi. Which also makes sense, no? Medyo mahirap din naman guys talaga. Syempre, instead of putting 2 fingerprint scanners, nilagay na lang nila yung medyo mas madali, which is on the side. For the battery, hindi ako sigurado dito guys, pero I'll be correcting it again sa description box in case man na mali tayo. It's 4,500 mAh and yung power brick na kasama inside the box is actually 65 watts. I know you guys may find it a bit small for a folding device, pero hindi naman siya guys nalalayo doon sa battery capacity na meron tayo from the previous Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. I've used this phone folded and unfolded throughout the day and wala naman ako guys na encounter na problema sa kanya so far. Since it is a folding device and dalawa yung display na meron tayo sa kanya, mabigat lang talaga siya to bring, lalo na if sa bulsa. I know it's pocketable. Kasya guys sa mga female pockets na meron tayo sa mga jeans natin. It's just that may kabigatan lang talaga siya. Not as pocketable as this one, but for me guys, it's good enough and feeling ko kung bibili man ako ng isang folding device, ganito yung bibilin ko. If it is of course available in the market here in the Philippines. By the way, bago ko pala makalimutan yung RAM configuration na meron itong OPPO Find N, is yung internal storage niya is 512GB and of course, it has 12GB RAM na merong extended 3GB. Anyway, ito lang yung mga alam kong specifications na meron tayo with the OPPO Find N, but I'm sure you guys are also curious sa mga photos na ilalabas niya, so I'll be flashing na lang some of them after this clip. So yup, that's basically it for our OPPO Find N unboxing and first impressions. Let me know guys kung ano rin masasabi nyo dito sa bagong and of course first ever foldable device ng OPPO. Again, it's your Tagal Mary and see you on our next video. Bye guys!